to come and watch. So go ahead, subscribe, get to the comment section, type in your name, and let us know where you're watching us from. And last not the least, give us a thumbs up if you like this stream. And it will help us to know the next kind of sessions we should organize in preparation for your concours. All right, so I begin with topic one. Topic one, which is general knowledge. The question reads: civil society and the press play an important role, play an interesting role in national life. Okay, I take it over. Civil society and the press play an interesting role in national life. Discuss this assertion by examining their influence on governance, public debate, and national development. Yeah, that was the general knowledge topic, the first topic that was given to those in for cycle A. So we'll correct the general knowledge for cycle A. We'll also do that for cycle B. And remember, the program for general knowledge is, in fact, not specific, right? So it means even those of you who are going in for cycle B, pay attention here very well. And of course, I will be saying a lot of things which you have no idea about so far. Okay, so the first thing to do is definition of key terms. So actually in this correction, this is how I'm going to place the work. I'll simply go straight to what definition of key points, and then I'll talk about the topic. I'll give you a problematic, and then I'll give you a detailed plan. Yes, so that is going to suffice for our today's session. Now, the first word to be defined, the first word that begs for a definition in that topic is the civil society. So the question is, what is a civil society? Civil society here refers to the collection of non-governmental, voluntary organizations or groups that are formed by citizens to advance shared knowledge. This civil society, when we talk about civil society, we are referring to these non-governmental voluntary organizations like NGOs. NGO, the full meaning of NGO is what? Non-governmental organization. Like what? Trade unions, like professional organization. Professional organizations like the Bar Council is a professional organization. They form the civil society. They form the civil society because they are not governmental organization. Trade unions, consortiums, they are also a civil society. Even faith-based organizations. When we talk of faith-based organization, we are referring to religious organizations like churches, mosques, and even shrines. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, including even community groups, yes, community groups, advocacy movements, these are groups that they operate independently of the state. Actually, they don't operate under the government. They operate independently, and then as they operate independently, they influence public policy and social movement. That is what we call civil society. The next thing that we must look at is the press. What do we mean by the press? Now, simple and short, the press comprises of all institutions involved in gathering, processing information to the general public. This include newspapers, this include radio, this include televisions, this include the digital media, the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google, and other social media and search engines that bring information to the general public. So it is often described, the press is often described as the fourth estate, and this is because of its role over the government. Like they play a role pressuring the government in one way or the other. That is why we call it the fourth estate. The fourth estate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing that we must define is national life. What is national life? I want this live stream to go up. I want many people to follow because this yapado, they are not two. There's no second time I'll come up with this correction again. So if you miss it today, you've missed it, guys. So what is national life? I'm not going to be wasting time. Straight to the point. What is national life? National life simply refers to what? The political, the social, the economic, and the cultural activities that shape the functioning, the identity. We must also, my audience, governance is the process of decision making and the manner in which authorities exercise in managing a country's political, economic, and administrative affairs. We refer to that as governance. Now, the topic also mentions public debate. So we are defining a lot of things here in this topic. In this particular session, this particular question came with a lot of topics, a lot of terms to define. We're going to define all of them. It's for your advantage. So what do we mean by public debate? Public debate involves open discussion and exchange of ideas on matters of public interest, enabling citizens to form opinions and influence policies. Now, I think the last thing we must define is national development. What do we mean by national development? National development is the overall improvement in the living standards of the population, including economic growth, social welfare, political stability, and institutional progress. When we talk about national development, I'm going to also seize that opportunity to mention some little things you did not know. What is the difference? Is there any difference, if at all there is? What is the difference then between national growth and national development, or economic growth and economic development? Are they the same thing,